Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. A lot of things are happening in quick succession in PDP, especially Abuja, the Secretariat, as protest has already erupted at the national headquarters of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Abuja over the position of the National Secretary. Report actually has it that protesters loyal to Senator Sam Anyanwu, who was removed as the party scribe by the Court of Appeal, have stormed their party secretariat. The protesters are opposing the anticipated resumption of Sunday Okoye, who was declared the authentic National Secretary by the Court of Appeal, and the protesters gathered at the rear gate of PDP's Wadaza Plaza headquarters in Wuse Zone 5, chanting slogans such as "No vacancy in the National Secretary's office" and "Samuel Sam Anyanwu remains the National Secretary." The atmosphere is charged, with security personnel struggling to maintain order. Now, it was also reported earlier that the security has been heightened at the premises to avoid any disruption of activities. A police lorry has been seen stationed outside the main gate, and personnel are working alongside the PDP regular security team to search workers and visitors before granting them entry to the building.
Wow. Now, interestingly, Senator Samuel Anyanwu also has spoken up concerning the brouhaha that has been going on, and he says that he remains the substantive National Secretary of the People Democratic Party. Don't forget that the appeal court in Enugu stated or dismissed Anyanwu's position, upholding the decision that recognized former National Youth Leader Sunday Okoye as the National Secretary. But today, on arriving the PDP National Headquarters in Abuja around 10:50 a.m., Anyanwu stated that with a state of execution, the status quo must be preserved, meaning he remains the National Secretary until the court resolves the matter. He stated, and I'm going to quote his words, he said, "As you can see, I am in the office. As a matter of fact, the ruling of the appeal court judgment has been appealed at the Supreme Court, and there is a stay of execution, so the position remains the same. This position remains the way it is until determined by the Supreme Court." That was what he has to say, and you can already see there that he is in the office. I'm talking about Anyanwu himself, and there are a lot of chanting going on. It seems as though even the people, the workers, are fully in support of.
We really want to catch the development. So what's really happening?
Well, I can see them in the office. Well, it does like ahead last December, precisely 20th of December, the appeal court in Enugu, the sentencing judgment, which of course was awarded against the opponent in my favor. It has said that they are affirming of the state high court. But as a matter of fact, what law says that I should appeal the matter, appeal for stay of execution and all that, and appeal to the Supreme Court. Obviously, what it means that the position will be as it is until determined by the Supreme Court. So that's why I'm here in the office, and today is our social day.
Did you also hear what the National Police Secretary stated last week? Last week, precisely on Wednesday, there was a briefing. The issues about this office of the National Secretary came up. Trust journalists, questions regarding it came up. And he said, as it was Saturday, the ruling of the appeal court, which recognizes Sunday Okoye as the secretary, is what the party stand by.
And this is his opinion. I'm not the opinion of the party. He only just made a statement, and as the national president of the party, I would want to disparage him on impeding. Maybe he didn't get the facts correct, or probably never knew that the matter has been appealed, and it's with court, Supreme Court. And he's a lawyer, so he should understand that is the solution of the law.
Any more you want to say regarding the party?
Well, the party's act. What I have to say is that this party belongs to the people, not to an individual, not to a person, not to a group, but to the people. Because this is the only party that took power away from the military. And this party is in every family in Nigeria. So I always ask for our party officials to be strong, to remain firm with the party, and let's work together. It's possible, 2027 is possible for us to get that presidency, which all of us have to support. And that's why we're here.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You are a leader. You are a leader. Yeah.
Tony Bacanista also kind of gave a little idea about what transpired. I don't know how true this information is, because already there is a case in appeal court, and the judgment from appeal court. So what he said here was that he had won at court of appeal, which sat in Abuja, and that they have granted him an order of stay of execution of the judgment of the Court of Appeal in Enugu Division. I don't know if judgment of appeal court in one state can be appealed again in another state, because
But sorry to interrupt. I believe that this is where the influence, of having, people at the corridor of power comes in. Don't forget that just fairly recently, Samuel Anyanwu said that no matter what happens, he will not, for any reason, play with the friendship he has with Wike, the FCT minister, that dates back in the days when they were both chairman, local council chairman, and he's not going to allow any partisan politics to, influence that relationship. And hey, we all know that Wike is very influential when it comes to, like Storrm would say, is the golden boy of the judiciary. So
now, interestingly, also the appeal court, according to him, the appellate court in Abuja, that they have further ordered all parties in the suit to maintain status quo pending the hearing and the determination of the motion appellant's motion on the notice for stay of execution filed by PDP against the said judgment of the Court of Appeal in Enugu State. And they have adjourned hearing to the 21st or 27th of January 2025. And this is quite shocking. The man who made all of this claim said, in politics, never associate with the wrong persons, never abandon those that started a struggle with you, for food is ready people without capacity. So which means Ode is being considered as a man without capacity. There are a lot of reactions here, and some believe that it's really out of place for an appeal court to give judgment against another appeal court, while the case is expected to be, in Supreme Court.
But I believe that all he's looking for here is stay of execution, and I think he has gotten it. And while it is stay of execution, it's a case of, can it remain the way it was?
Exactly.
Depending on when the Supreme Court will give the final verdict. I could still remember the BOT chairman, Adolphus Wambara, Senator Adolphus Wambara, did mention that everybody should respect the rule of law, that which has given the order that Samuel Anyanwu should vacate that position, pending on since it's not something that it is declaratory. You shouldn't start looking for until a competent court does otherwise. That
exactly.
For now, everybody should step aside and obey the law. But he's now rejoicing that there's now a state of execution. If you say we should obey the rule of law, are we not to still obeying it? And they're about to enter a meeting.
Yes, which is very sensitive, very important right
sensitive, now. And they want to break that arm of Wike.
Yes.
So that when they enter with at least one leg of secretary with us, the other leg of the Magom the other way, depending on how they will not deal with the Magom. And the Magom here wants the situation where they will come in full system. In fact, I know that there's going to be a lot of gymnastics, a lot of drama that will go on in that meeting. But I think what Bala Mohammed is trying to do is to come through the route of Fobara, where they'll come in using peace.
Yeah.
Because it looks as if what Wike is looking for is crisis.
Yeah.
And Bala
just to make sure that nothing works, so that Tinubu can go in and without any hassle from PDP.
And Bala is trying to do the opposite. So it's not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy.
Honestly, it won't.
PDP is now call it a house of commotion, and you're not wrong, because the way things are going at the national level, it seems as though there is no future for the party again. And the shocking aspect of it is that people like Atiku Abubakar, who always features immediately there is need for a representative for presidential position in PDP, he will show up immediately. He seems not to be saying anything.
So you're just waiting for PDP to be ready.
Come on, I'm just wondering.
Food done.
Whenever food done, you show up immediately. I want to go for presidency and all of that. Now that there are hassles in the place is commotion everywhere. You're not even saying anything.
That's exactly why you see Wike getting very vexed. We'll prepare this party and keep. Then 4 years after, you just come and collect ticket. How we maintain the party, you have no idea. Sometimes if you look at it from the angle of Wike, you understand why that guy is pained. I maintained the party. I fund the party when I was the governor of the state. Anything that has to do with legislative arm, I make sure that PDP is still strong. I literally wrap PDP around my arms. I ensure that the BOT members or whatever leadership that is needed to be taken care of, I will taken care of. They don't feel the impact of not being the ruling party. And whatever the food done, quote and unquote, you come and collect tickets.
Come on,
so we are
wrong.
maintaining the party now. Honestly, it doesn't speak well.
I think that at this point he should wake up. Takeover, I'm talking to right now.
I think at
he
this
needs
time,
to just wake
nobody
up.
should give him tickets.
Yeah, though he will also say that they've never given him any ticket, considering the fact that he normally, go into the polls with them, primaries with them, and will come out successful. So it's not a case of I force, anybody dash me ticket. But if the party was not in a good state, how would you even get a ticket? You understand? So I feel that what Nwabara has said, he should also say it. Though we know that according to information made available by that Tony guy, that the case will be coming up by the 27th of January. We're hopeful that everything will be clarified, and then at least by February, there should be a very important meeting that will control and handle all of this crisis we are seeing. That's where we'd like to leave it. Let's meet in our comment section.